Hold up. What?
Well, how much time? What do you
I
mean?
got sentenced to 21 years.
What year was this?
This was 2015. So what happened was,
So what happened? I'm listening.
I'm not great with math.
Even when somebody like Matthew Cox calls you out and says, I'm not good with math. I'm not either. But go ahead and explain. We're still listening.
I'd ask what happened, Matthew. You know, there's obviously a catch, right? What's
Right,
the catch?
right.
I didn't tell on the cartel.
You notice he keeps coming back and keeps saying, I didn't tell on the cartel, like that means something. Telling is telling. This is what's wrong with people like him. He's trying to justify it. You can tell every time this is brought up, he gets nervous. That's why he had to do that 45-minute video. But I'm going to show you in his 45-minute video, he did tell on somebody in the cartel, but he justified it saying he was unalived. We both know that is not true and that there's more to the story. That's why everything is sealed up. But we're still listening.
A few years later in my prison bit, I get a call, and they asked me if I would be willing to testify against my corrupt attorney in Australia.
Well, here we go. He can't even keep his lies in line. This man went on to talk about, on his 45-minute thing with Big Hurt, talking about 6-7 years into his sentence, all of a sudden at 2 o'clock in the morning, he gets a knock on his cell door and it opens and says, pack out, you're going to Australia. He act like he didn't know he wanted to talk to his attorney. I'm going to let him explain it. Stay tuned and watch this.
I've been incarcerated for the last 6-7 years. I said, please. So I get there, and I finally get to this prison in Australia. They put me in this cage, man. I'm like, man, I got to call my lawyer. But they were cool. They're like, okay, we'll let you call you a lawyer. I called my lawyer. I said, what is going on? He finally answers. He says, you just won the lotto in life. I said, what do you mean? He goes, you won the lotto in life. He says, do you remember how I told you you might have a chance? I said, yeah. He goes, do you remember that crooked lawyer that got you indicted? I said, yeah. He says, well, are you willing to testify that he was crooked and he gave you bad legal advice? I said, yeah. Yeah.
Woo! Oh my God. Everybody just seen how excited he got. This is a guy that wants you to believe that he didn't cooperate or rat or testify against anybody. He's a stand-up gangster kingpin. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. Somebody that gets that excited about cooperating and going home early, he didn't just tell on that attorney.
What do you think I said?
Well,
Absolutely not.
yeah.
The code.
Do you
No,
think
what about the code? Did you tell him about the
I
code?
said I didn't care about code right now. This guy, and in gambling, we call it a get back, right? What's a get back?
The only people I see leaving is cooperation.
Yeah.
Had away the respect of your fellow scumbag inmates against
Yeah.
not doing the remainder of 21 years.
Yeah.
And you went, and it was immediately.
Listen, there's two people in the feds, right?
Right.
There's the people that told, and there's the people that wish they told.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's it. That's it.
He said it. I didn't. Stay tuned to part 3.